Hey, Mama Four. Hi, Riri. Nana Mo. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's healthy. As you can see, somebody else is healthy. She's playing with the little fuzz ball, the little you see it right there? Yeah, she's playing with that. Let's see. Joe, Marsha, Cheryl, Hottie Popo. You knocked it on the floor. Where'd it go, baby? Oh, there it is. There it is. How's everybody doing? Nashua, how's everybody? Marsha, Cheryl, let's see who I know I'm missing people. Darla, thanks, Gail. Hi, Zeely. How's everybody doing? Zeely, were you the one that sent me this shell book? I can't remember who sent me this shell book. I usually put a post-it note in the back, but I didn't in this one. I don't remember who sent me the shell book. We're going to work in that today. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see. Creative moments. No, okay. Let's see. Jill, Zoomzy. My first day working from home. Excited. Oh, good. Good to have you, Jill. Good to have you. So if you're just joining us for the first time, or if you're watching the recording, I always come on a little early to say good morning to everybody. It's a chat show. Don't email me and say it's too chatty. It's a chat show with art. Let's see. Karina, Linda, Teresa, Duffney, Pamela. I know I'm probably missing people. Thanks everybody for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up already. Yeah, I'm going to do some collaging today. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Oh, you said Riri. Okay, let me put that in here. I could not remember, and I always try to remember, Riri, to put the person in the back so I can always acknowledge them. I'm going to put the post-it note in the back. It might have just fallen out, but so yeah. Thank you, Riri. We're going to play in this today. We're going to play in the shell book. Let's see. Aunt Beck, Pamela, Leah, Kimberly 557. Thank you, Riri. Let's see. Hi, Star. It's been a while. Good to see you. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm not facing the microphone. I'm facing the computer. Oh, yeah. We're going to go through. I've started playing a little bit. I thought I'd do something. I mean, I'm still going to probably do space and things, but I'm going to try to do some more flowers, more water, some different things. And I cut out the the rabbit, because rabbit trails. I thought this might be good in here. So okay, thank you, Nanamo. Let's see. Yeah, I cut that off a calendar, an Alice in Wonderland calendar. There's all different. This I think is from the original Alice in Wonderland, just blown up, But so I thought he might be good in here. You have the stamp Star of that? Okay, yeah. And there is a little bit of a glare. I guess I could prop this up just a little bit. Let's see. Let's maybe put one of these, just enough to take the glare off. I don't have my diffusers over my lights this morning, so yeah. Maybe it needs. Let me get a book. Let's get one of these little books with quotes in them. Which, by the way, I'm going to try to remember to do our quote, our 1,001 Ways to Be Creative. I'll set it over here. Try to remember to, well, that's not going to work. I have a place to put it to remind me to use it or to read from it today. So, yeah, there we go. That's better. Well, I think I need another one. Let's see. One on each side. Let's do one on each side. One over there, one over here. Oh, that's not tall enough. That's what it is. That's not tall enough. Let's see. I know it's not going to work once I get started because it's going to have to, I want to have to kind of probably lay it flat to work. But there we go. How's that looking? I need a little more light. Always adjusting. Always fixing. Let's see. Functional light 1, flow. Flow. I need help. I'm missing our lives. Where are they usually announced? You mean everybody's? There is somebody that has I don't have the link though. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when Picola comes in, she might. Hi, Julie Topaz. But not everybody's on that list. Just saying. Flo, do you click the ring the bell? Do you ring everybody's bell? You got to ring the bell. And then sometimes I know it does mess up and you don't get notifications. The best randomly or unexpectedly, unless you got your bell clicked, there's really no way to know that they're streaming unless you follow them on Twitter or somewhere. Unless you follow them somewhere where you'll see they've announced it. Let's see. Lives not appearing in stream list. I'll see it. Nana, you just got to follow. You just got to follow people. You got to follow, click your bell. Hi, Nasser. YouTube's had a problem lately where streams don't show up people's feeds. So everyone needs to hit the bell to be safe. Yeah. That's how I find people. I just ring everybody's bell that I want to follow. Click their bell, and then you'll get a notification. Y'all know I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, but I usually come on about 8:30 to say good morning to everybody. So just come over here every Monday and Wednesday. So, and Nasser, don't forget, Nasser has a new comic book out. He has a campaign going for that. Hi, Bacola. On Indiegogo, just look for Nasser. Go follow him. Follow Nasser on YouTube. Then you can find out all his updates and his campaigns and where to buy his books on Amazon. So follow Nasser, everybody. Even if you're not a horror person, go follow him and just support his channel. He does other things too. He talks and he does Rubik cubes, and it's just a chill channel. So go follow Nasser, even if you don't do horror stuff. Let's see. Hi, Janet. We're going to do some collaging today. It's 100 Seashells by Hair. Oh, that book. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Somebody asked. I did not see that. Thank you, Riri. Well, now it's probably about 90 shells because I tore some pages out because there were some blank backs. So like this one right here, this was a blank back. So I cut a shell. I tore a few sheets out on this one. No, not that one. And cut them out so that every page had a shell on it. And then I just have some extra shells now. See, I cut some out. So I would say it's probably about 90 shells. And so thanks, Riri. I really like the book. I really like it. I'm looking forward to working in it today. And, so see, like this one, I cut out a couple of pages and there was some torn, like where I tore it out. Then I started using the X-Acto knife and then I cut too many pages. So I taped them in, but that's going to be painted over anyway. So, Hi, yeah, Star, doesn't he? Thanks for following him, Star, and anybody else. Go follow Nasser. He's a young man, up and coming creative. So we got to support our young people. So yeah, let's see. Leather shell and clocks. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I started working on this one. And then I started the little watch hands here and that little bug, which is coming up. I just used some glue sticks for this. I probably need, might use matte medium to finalize it after I put paint and everything. But I'm using our book that we all ran out and bought, our sticker book. So I use that to get some little shell watch hands and this little bug. That's all I've done in this so far. And I cut this rabbit out because I think I want him somewhere like this is the first page. So I think I want him here because, rabbit trails. Oh, that was nice, Teresa. Yeah, share Nasser's link. If you don't do like that kind of stuff, then share it with other people. Yep, that's right. I use it up, baby. I do, Riri. Anytime I get new stuff, guys, I have a lot of stuff, but I do bust it open and use it. I'm telling you. Well, somebody would say you're a hoarder. I do hoard a lot of collage fodder, but I'm not really hoarding it. I collect it. I just can't use it as fast as I collect it, but I do use it. So if anything, if you looked at my studio, other than books and bins of collage fodder are my main stashes, if you will. I use up everything, just like I told you about my golden matte medium. Now this is my new jar from Janet for my birthday. But when a few years ago, I'll tell you all the story while everybody's coming in. And good morning, everybody. A few years ago, well, many years ago now, probably 8 years ago, Golden, and they still might have it, guys. So check it out. Golden might still have their artist helps program. And you do have to pay the shipping on the products, but they did have it where you could ask for products. You had to show how you either blogged or vlogged or did videos or showed how you use their products. So I showed them and I talked about, my video back then. It was just on Ustream. And so I wrote them and filled out all the stuff and the application and everything. And they said, and they asked me what I wanted. I said, I just want golden matte medium. I just want matte medium. I don't want the paints, nothing wrong with any of the paints or anything like that. But what I needed was my golden matte medium for my collage work. So they got in touch with me. I had to call them and give them, pay for shipping over the phone. And now you could probably PayPal it. Back then, I didn't have PayPal. I don't even know if there was PayPal 8 years ago. But anyway, so paid for the shipping. And about a week or so later, I got two cases of matte medium, one size down from this. This is a 32. I think they were the 16 ounces. I got two cases of 16 ounce. Yeah. And then Julie Topaz, that's why everybody started calling me Golden Girl. So anyway, I got two cases of it. And in about, I would say 4 years, maybe within 4 years, I used up all two cases. So you can see it doesn't just sit around my room and not get used. So I think there were 24 in a case, so 48. I can't remember exactly how many were in a case, but they're big boxes. And I used, within about 4 years, I used up all of them. So you can see how much collaging I do. Over the years. Hi, Kim. Let's see. No, don't mess around, Flo. Let's see. Hi, Vintage. Okay, bye, Vintage. Thanks for popping in, saying hi. Let's see. Who else am I missing? I know I probably missed some people when I was telling my story, but anyway. I'll move that off to the side for now. Yeah, so I'm going to do some collage. I'm going to collage in this book right here that Riri sent me. It is 100 Seashells by Harold Feinstein. I took the cover off, and the cover had pictures of shells, so I cut the shell pictures out. So I used the cover. And then I did cut out a few pages. So there's probably about 90 shells in the book now because I did cut out some and reattach them on some of the blank pages. There were a few blank pages. So on the backs of things. So I reused those. And then I also just kept a couple shells that I cut out. So I have to go check on those cats in a minute. Mom's messaging me. I don't know if she's watching, but good morning, Mom, if you're watching. She and Mandy. Let's see. You could glue Huster by the wallpaper. But I do a lot of collage, so I use a lot of matte medium. Let's see. Oh yeah, Kim, make sure y'all are on live chat, not top chat. If you just have top chat clicked, and this is true of any streamer, guys, if you want to see all the chat, you need to click live chat. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if Mom's here. She won't be in chat. But she does watch and reads chat. She watches on her iPad. I don't know if she's here this morning, but she was just saying good morning to me. I'm not sure if she's here. Maybe she can message me, Mom, if you're if you're watching, or she might have just been saying good morning. We all, me, Denise, we all talk and say good morning, good night, and yeah. Let's see, a butterfly book by the same guy. Oh, okay, Riri. Yeah, do something. Riri, do you collage at all? I'm not sure if you've ever said. I don't remember. Do you collage? Hi, Joan, Sherry Bug, Linda. So let's see. Yes, you do. Are you on Instagram, Riri? I should look that up. I'm sure if you are, I follow you. It's just, I try to keep up with so many people. An orchid book by the same photographer. Oh, wow. There's a lot of books by him then. I don't know how much of the shells are going to show by the time I get done, but we'll see. I want to try to do some more florals. I've got out all my, and you all know I took apart my Catherine Anderson books. These are my Catherine Anderson books. I think 5 Catherine Anderson books. I took them all apart because I will use them when they're like this. If they're in a book and all precious and don't touch it, don't cut it. She made these books to be cut up and collage. She made them for us to cut up and collage. So let's do it. So that's what I do. I got all the books. I don't have all her books. I think I had 5 of her books. And I took them all apart. Yes, it is, Susan. It is. Hi, Teresa. Does I say good morning to you, Teresa P? Let's see. You're not on Instagram? Well, you should be then. Well, I don't want to tell people what to do. Some people just don't want to put their stuff out there. But, if you're here, we're going to encourage you to show your stuff off. So I'm thinking I might kind of like him here. Yeah. Let's see. Bossy pants. Yeah. You know what? It's so funny because when I talk to Hubster, not necessarily at him, but talking about something that I get, I don't want to say worked up, but when I get, this and this and this and this, and I have my hands on my hips. Were you one of those little girls on the play yard that had your hands on your hips and was bossing everybody around? And I went, maybe. Maybe. Oh my gosh. I got up thinking she was Eileen. Oh my gosh, Janet. Now You know, Eileen was one of the girls with the hands on the hips, bossing everybody around on the playground. No question. Right, Janet? No, he's not. Teresa, they have a Hubster works at he's a HR person at a plant where they manufacture truck axles. And so yeah, there's not that many of them there. They take their temperature every morning when they come in. They take their temperature, I think, morning and at lunch. And anybody that has a temperature sent home. Nobody's got it. Nobody knows anybody that knows anybody that's got it. Not that there are people that have it, but not, we don't know anybody. Nobody, and just thank the good Lord that that's the case, because there are people that do. But they're still discussing whether they need to, here's the thing, guys, the virus is bad. Shutting down the economy could be worse. Just saying. You think it's bad with just, a few hundred people getting it, wait till thousands can't eat. That's a lot worse. So you just, let's use some common sense. Let's don't shut the world down forever, because that cannot work. So just wash your hands, stay positive, stay away from old people. Make sure you look for the stats of the people that recover. Look for the stats of the people that recover. More people recover than you're going to hear on the news. The news wants to keep you scared and dependent on government. So don't be freaking out, let's see. Can I block this person that's let's see, hide user. Okay, I hid them, so hopefully they'll, we so yeah. So whoever you are that's causing all the turmoil in the chat, nobody can see you now. So you can stop. You can go get your school books out. I think they're four. They may just be, I didn't see their post because y'all blocked them. It could just be another language that we can't understand. But anyway, gotta use English. just block them, guys, or hide them. That's what I'm trying to help y'all out doing that. Yeah, just hide the user. So what is it, baby? But anyway, what I was saying is, look for the people that are recovered. I said last week, one of the old ladies in the Seattle nursing home was one of the first ones that got it, up in guys. So, people that have it, like, in your town, in your city, make sure you report all the ones that recover. Because recover, then get it. Okay, so just FYI. Okay, so thank you, mods, for being on the call. Let's see, and things, stay away from the old people, wash your hands, do all the usual stuff that you're told to do. Let's see. We're hiding and not hiding. Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like Julie was on it. It looks like Julie. Yes, 3G. We see you, 3G. I see you. Yeah. Your chat's working. Make sure you have live chat clicked at the top, 3G. Yeah. Make sure you have live chat. If you do not have live chat clicked, guys, you will not see all the chat. And you might not see yourself. Yeah, I think it might even be higher than that, Riri, and So yeah, so everybody post the good news. Post the, when you see somebody helping somebody, which most of us are, I see so many stories of people helping people and the old people, and make sure you post those good stories. The joke ones, we all can use a laugh. If y'all did not see, oh my gosh, if you did not see, and if she's on Facebook, she's a comedian. And if you follow me on I did post it. It's on public, so you can go see it. And she's a comedian, and she posted. she's at home taking care of her kids, and let me see if I can find it just so you can see just a second of it. It was, I think, yesterday. And she was saying a prayer because she can't deal with taking care of her kids. Where is it? Let me see here. Let me hang on, guys. I'm gonna look for it. Let me find myself here. Let me find myself. I can't find myself. Where am I? Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me show you. I'll just show you a minute of it, just so you, or a second of it, just so you know what to look for. Okay, she is hilarious. Now remember, she's a comedian, right? Okay, let's see here. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Let me turn it up.
A child of God. What I am not is a homeschool teacher, God. I'm at home, but Lord, ain't no teaching going on around here. Father God, I am your humble servant. What I am not is a math teacher, God.
So y'all go look for her. Go look for her over on Facebook. It's hilarious. Let's see. What's her name? Wait a minute. Her name is Brandolyn Shropshire. Brandolyn, Brandalyn, Shropshire. Go look for her. Let's see if you can see her name right there. Oh, well, you probably can't. But it's hilarious. It's only like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. But she's got other videos too. So look for those good humor. Yeah, look for those humorous. She said, I'm praying because I gotta cast out the demon of Common Core. She's hilarious. You saw her? You saw Mama Four? Oh my gosh. So y'all go find her on Facebook. Hi, Carla. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we let's see. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, mods, for taking care of the foreigners who I don't know, they just must be bored. They just must be bored. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking about putting this rabbit here, but I'm not sure. I think I'll wait in case if I want to put him on top of whatever we put down here. So the only thing I really started doing here, I got a lot of collage stuff picked out. It's all over my desk over here. I'm going to be working out of the 100 seashells. Here's the Riri sent me this book. And I did cut a few out. I was propping this up here. Let's see if we can probably prop it up just to take the glare off. I'm going to have to put up my my light diffuser. And my light diffusers, hi Scoobs. My light diffusers are just my handmade. Let's see if I pull one out. If you take so my light diffusers, I call my Ian Sassy Pants light diffusers. And the reason I do that, Ian told me, our mod Ian in the UK, me to use tracing paper to diffuse the, ring lights, right? And then Jean Sassy Pants told me to put it on a hoop. So this is my Ian Sassy Pants light diffuser. And I have clamps up here. I have these, foam clamps like this. So I can just clamp these on here like this and then clamp it up on my shelf. And then I have a light diffuser. I just don't keep it on all the time. Here, let me redo this. Hang on. Let's have an ASMR moment here. Get my twist it there. I think that might diffuse it some. So let's see if that helped. Yep, it did. That helped. Okay. So I think we might be good. We might prop that side up just to have it flush. So yeah, so if you want to make your own light diffuse. Now look, I have two of them. This one right here is from this light. Let me just move that there. That one's just need to be moved. So anyway, thanks, Flo. So if you want to make a light diffuser, just have some tracing paper and a embroidery hoop. Oh yeah, did it blink, Janet? Did it blink? So yeah, that's the other thing. If YouTube blinks, guys, make sure your settings didn't get knocked back to 144. Okay. I'm streaming in 1080p, but you know, if YouTube blinks or the internet or whatever, then it can knock you back to 144 and you're going to have a fuzzy video. Okay. So again, I'm going to do a little flip through. Oh, see, look, that's really, all right. I might have to prop it up after all because it's the things about today. It's a cloudy, rainy day. So my room is dependent on my lights and no outdoor light. Okay, so I'm going to flip through the book just to show you. Now, I did start here. I did start gluing some clocks, and then I used, for the watch hands, I got some little shells out of our sticker book. And same thing for this little bug right there. So that's all I've done in the book. I haven't painted anything. The only other thing I did do was some of the shells, I cut out some pages to cut out the shells to fill in on some of the backs of the blank pages so that every page has a shell. So I'm just going to flip through again. Oh, I did glue her down. I forgot about that. I glued her down. She was out of a, yes, I'm Janet. I use my stuff. Y'all know I just told the story of my golden matte medium, Janet. Are you not paying attention? And by the way, don't forget, Janet streams at 1. Okay. It looks like y'all, the mods might be a little busy today with overseas trolls. So yeah, thanks mods. I have your rooster prints at the ready. I try to send my mods something every month along with the supporters of the channel. So this month is my rooster prints. I made some rooster prints from my big rooster, drippy rooster. So my mods, be looking for your thank you. Look for your thank you, mods. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. So I did cut this out of a calendar of who's this again? What's his name? Tiffany Glass calendar. And I don't know if she was in a Tiffany window or if she was what she was. But anyway, I cut her out a Tiffany calendar. And I thought she went there. And then I have a little bit of Diane Reevely washi tape right down there. So that's all I think I've done. Yeah, thanks, Scooby. Scooby's thanking the mods. So again, I'm going to just flip through the book so you can kind of see. This one I cut out of another page and glued on because this was a blank page. So yeah. So lots of pretty shells. And Riri sent me this book a while back. And so I'm going to use it as a what do you call it? Reverse collage book. Look at this. I mean, I can see a little skateboarder, a little guy on a skateboard or girl, a little skateboarder on here, skateboarding, or a couple of them, like one right here and one kind of up here, upside down. A couple of little skateboarders on there. That would be good, wouldn't it? So we'll see. I didn't really plan much yet. You know, I just pulled it out yesterday and said this will be something different than the abandoned books. And I thought we'd use lots of flowers and water. You like that idea, Riri? And, you know, flowers and water. And see, like this right here, I tore this page out and because it was a blank page. So I tore that out and glued it over here because it's going to be painted, right? It's going to be a lot of paint. So just a beautiful book. So we're going to play in this one today, and we'll keep it at the ready for when we want to do something other than abandoned. We could do this. And a couple of the girls said, if y'all missed it, that Harold Feinstein has an orchid book, and I think they said a flower book. So look for these books by him because they're stunning. Stunning photography. A butterfly one. Oh, you got your butterfly. You were just talking about it, Riri. So what I thought, I let me show you some of the collage fodder I pulled. All right, so this needs to flatten out a little here. So some of the collage fodder I pulled, and I just had it kind of spread out for the thumbnail because you got to, you know, have a thumbnail when you first come on. It takes an auto picture. So you want it kind of pretty. So I pulled out these hummingbirds, some florals. So I really like this one. I think I'm going to use that one. What other one do I have here? I need some Xandra mermaids. If I had some Xandra mermaids, they would go in here, right? Hi, Janice. I see smaller seashells as images to include on people. That's a good idea, too. I know a lot of people like to use you know, take magazine people and make them, you know, change their eyes and their mouth like a Tisha Moore type thing. Yeah. Thank you. Of course, Janet, you can plug your channel. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Riri. Well, we're going to make this one a beautiful book. So I got some, like I said, I got some flowers and birds and some Tiffany glass. I pulled some Tiffany glass calendar pieces, and I tear most of this up into, you know, smaller bits. So I like this one. Here's a couple of flowers that are the size of the shell that I've torn in half. So we got lots of big pieces as well. So let's set that right over here. Again, I think I'm going to put my rabbit right here after I finish painting or whatever we do on this page. So I'll put him right there. I don't want to lose him. The other things that I pulled were my books from Catherine Anderson. Catherine Anderson makes collage books. And somebody, if you want to post a link or just go look up Catherine Anderson collage books on Amazon. And she makes books for you to use in collage. So this one's, I think, about might be 5 books. I took them all apart, cut them all out. I bought 3 of her door books. So I have 3 of her door books, but there's other books in here as well. I mean, other books of images. And they're front and back. The door books, what's nice about the door books is they're the same image on the front and back. So if you want to cut open the door or anything, you can use front and back. So I got a lot of Catherine Anderson pages here. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to go make some coffee in a minute and probably check. The cats are being awful quiet. But anyway, they're usually in here with me or sitting on the floor. So I did pull that. And what else did I pull? The stained glass. And of course, I just have a whole bin of collage stuff. You know, here's my wax paper to put behind when I start painting. I do have these as well. My Samurai Prints origami paper. This Home Wall Art magazine. that has all kinds of botanicals. It's made to take out and frame individually, but is it upside down? But anyway, I'll use I could use those as well. I have my stack of watches because y'all know I like the element of time. I like the element of time in my pieces. And if we have space, if we do outer space, then, got to have planets. And then I got this wrapping paper of insects and undersea creatures and just different things here. So I have that. So we're not going to run out of collage stuff. Oh, and I just looked back here. I'm not going to show it to you because it's I'll show it to you briefly. So one of the commissions I'm working on is a Doctor Who commission. I'm about 80% done. So I'm trying to finish this up by the end of the month. I'm just going to show it to you briefly. So here's my Doctor Who that I'm working on. Yeah. So I'm working on that. Let's see, what else am I working on? Looking around here. That might be all. I'm working on. So, yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Barbara. I know I'm missing people coming in. Both Kims. So we're not going to run out of collage. No, we're not going to run out of collage stuff. We're not going to run out of collage stuff. So I got my lukewarm coffee and I got my juice here, but I'll probably go make some coffee in a little bit here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So don't forget, guys, if you have channels, of course, anybody can click on anybody's name. Just go to the end of the name, click on their name or the little 3 dots, and it'll take you to their channel. So support each other's channels. Follow each other. At least give them a follow. It doesn't hurt you to follow anybody, regardless of whether you watch all their content or not. I follow lots of people, and there's no way I can watch everybody's videos. But I try to support them, fly by sometimes, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, and, so yeah, follow each other and support each other. That's the least we can do. What is it, baby? See, I knew that. I knew you were around here somewhere. So that's all I've got done on this. I don't know if I want to continue to work on this one or if I just want to kind of flip through and see I put some tape where I cut out any extra pages. I did double tape it just to make sure. Let's see. Oh, and the other thing I posted on Facebook, I just retweeted. I think I retweeted this one too. Let me go back over here and look. So go find Brandolin Shropshire. And then the other one I posted was Southern. It's a Southern thing. Types of people who work from home. I'm just going to kind of go in the middle here. Let me see here. So there's types. It's a Southern thing. So follow. It's a Southern thing. Well, you're not going to see that. It's a Southern thing, and it's types of people who work from home. Let me hang on. Let's get this one. Let's forward it a little bit. There's one that was really funny. Let's see.
Been training for this my whole life.
I've been training. Wait. She goes, she's the introvert. That the introvert, the extrovert. So here's the introvert.
I'm going to work from home for right now. I've been training for this my whole life.
There's extrovert. So go look for that one too, guys. It's a Southern thing. Types of people who work from home. Gotta laugh, people. We gotta have some humor. Okay, so let's see. I do have her already kind of laid out. We might work on this. I'm just thinking. I'm just flipping and thinking. I haven't planned this before. Yeah, Julie. Oh my gosh. Julie said, working out from home as a bartender isn't easy. I keep getting myself hammered. Don't do that. Don't do that, Julie. So this one is what I cut out. Oh my gosh. Here's another one. See, little things can go on here, birds. I'm just kind of seeing which one speaks to me at the moment. This one looks like wings. You could have somebody here. Let's see. I don't put too many people in my things, but let's see. Can I find a person or something? I don't have stacks of people. That's the one thing I don't have stacks of. Let's see. Because I don't put a lot of people. I have an old Vogue magazine. Let's see if I can just kind of flip through that and find a person. Most of these, guys, I get an occasional Vogue magazine so we can show you how to draw shapes and stuff, some drawing tutorial type things. So that's the only reason I even have one. I have one fashion magazine sitting around. So let's see. That one might work. I could maybe fussy cut this one. I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking to see who's coming in. Oh, she's pretty cool. Kind of like her. Look at her. Look at that. She'd make a styling angel, wouldn't she? Maybe. Might need to be something a little bigger. These are kind of tiny. I was thinking if, from here to here, have a person in there. Let's see. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Maybe her. And it's black and white. So I'm kind of thinking her because she's just the perfect size. Use one of the women in your coloring books. I could do that too. Then I'd have to color it though, Janice. I was using this book here. Where is it? I bought this one, and I did make a collage out of one of these dark fantasy girls last, a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I could use one of these, but then I have to color it, Then it would be a half coloring show. Most of these are like they're heads and not full bodies. Let's see. I'm flipping and looking. Her whole hair would take up the whole page. She's a little too zombie-esque. Let's see. Of course, it doesn't have to be this book, It's just this is my most current one. Oh, now this one's got fish and stuff. Now, I don't know if I'll use her today, but let's pull this out to keep with this book. Mermaid-esque type thing. Let's cut her out. Oh, I didn't go all the way through. This one, she's too sideways. Let's see. But I do like the mermaid one. Let's see, do I have any other ones? She's kind of cool too. This one may not take too long to color. I'll have to do that. Again, if you do use a color book page, we've used elements out of color books on occasion. But you want to color them before you glue them down, because otherwise you're going to have, you'll be picking up any kind of bumps or anything like that. So I really like the mermaid. She might be a little too big for this, but I'm going to keep her in the book for another purpose. But she might work if I fussy cut her out. So let's just do that. Let me move magazines here. I'm going to cut out these two things. So we can test a couple of different elements. This one and her. If y'all have any questions for me, put it in caps. Oh, I guess I could fussy cut under the camera, huh? When you fussy cut, move your paper, not your scissors. Whoops, got it caught on there. It just makes a cleaner, smoother cut if you do that. So we'll cut both of these out. So what's everybody been doing to keep yourself occupied? Let's put a list up. Y'all start, whether it's art, craft, or just cleaning. What have y'all been doing to keep yourself occupied while you're at home? I mean, some people I know are working from home, so they have to work. So, yeah. We don't want to hear about that. No, I'm just kidding. You put whatever you want. Put whatever you're already. Okay, so Linda's already. Now, I know I'm going to miss people's comments, but put it up there for the chat. Put it up there for the chat to see. I thought that might have been Mom answering me. So I'm going to cut out all this background here. So we'll see which one I like the best. If I like her the best, I'll color her. I don't want the buttons or the stitching. I just want her. Let's see. Cleaning. Cleaning, are you crazy? I'm making messes, not cleaning. Good for you, Kim. Star is drawing and all my new pan pastels. Oh, yeah. Star, are you on Instagram? Janice is artsy fartsy stuff. Carla, after we do this list, after you guys put this list up, we're going to ask who's on IG. Let's see. Claire is baking. Christy is taking 2 classes through MoMA. Awesome, Christy. I have a couple of classes that I bought. Well, I have more than a couple that I bought during the holidays that were on sale from Udemy and Dominica. What is it called again? Anyway, so there's all kinds of classes you can do if you're not. Oh, Mom said. Mandy, Mom's dog, says good morning, Oliver. So she is watching. So Kathy, hi Kathy Berg, watching live art videos. What is it? It's not on my phone. It's only on my iPad. I don't think it's on here. Yeah, Udemy, and I didn't put it on the phone because I don't watch it on the phone. Let's see, coloring, Kay. Who else am I missing? Nanette. Well, Kathy, you and Colleen have been busy also doing lots of streaming, which is awesome. Let's see. Julia's classes on Skillshare while home from work. Yeah, work. So, yeah, and I know you can, there's a lot of free things too, guys. It just so happened that the ones I bought, they're expensive. Some of them are expensive classes, but I bought them on sale during the holidays where that was like, really nice digital classes and Procreate classes and all that. Of course, you can find lots of them on YouTube, guys. There's lots of these kind of classes. Now, I'm not sure if I want to. Let's see. Let's cut this sleeve out. I think I just want to kind of tear it so we can paint in the bottom half of her because you're not going to see her. She doesn't have legs or anything here. So maybe just kind of tear that like that. Hi, Elaine. There's Eileen. Hi, Eileen. We're talking about being bossy. Eileen, Hubster accused me of being one of those girls on the playground that put her hands on her hip and bossed people around. Were you one of those too? Were you one of those girls too? E-T-E-E? Yeah, the mods will get rid of the trolls, guys. Just ignore them. Don't interact with the trolls. That's what they want you to do. Okay, so look, we got her. Or we got her. Now, she doesn't have to be on this page. We can put her on another page. See, I like her, but I think this one fits better for the piece, don't you think? Were you one of those, Eileen? Of course I was, she said. Yeah, I think I like her too. Well, we might use her on another page. I'm going to keep her handy here. We'll keep her handy. We'll put her right back here. So I think we'll go with her. Okay, so what I've been doing, y'all know I use my matte medium, but what I've been doing is I've been trying to go through and just kind of quickly put down some ideas and images in like my abandoned places books and this kind of thing. So I've just been using a glue stick to tack them down, and then when I go to paint, do other things on, we can go back and put everything down with matte medium. But right now I just want to try to get some pages going, and if I stop to glue everything down with matte medium, then I have to dry it and everything else. So I've just been kind of just glue sticking them down for now, and hopefully not make any too much of a wrinkle. So let me get a baby wipe to get some of the excess glue off there. And I'm not going to, and Kathy's here, and I know I don't think Colleen's here yet, but Colleen enabled me on another book. I'm not going to tell you which one, because she buys so many books, you'd never guess which one. So anyway, I have another book coming, I think by this weekend. Everything's a little bit delayed, because everybody's ordering toilet paper. So our books are secondary, although you could use them for toilet paper, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now, yeah, that's the point, Kathy. That's why I was picking a girl, to make it look like wings. That was the purpose. Yeah, that was it. But I'm glad you could tell what I was trying to do. Okay, so who else? Let's make a check. Yeah, Colleen enabling, what a shock. If you are on Instagram, just say yes. Just put in yes. So everybody can, well, let me say this. Put in your Instagram name if it's different than your name here. If you want people to go to your Instagram, put your Instagram name. And I'll go back over this chat and find you too. So I will go follow you on Instagram as well. So put your name if you are if it's different. If your name is different, don't just say yes, put your Instagram name so people can find you. Otherwise, your name's different, we won't be able to find you, right? So, yeah, put your Instagram name and I'll go find you. And I'm Inky Well or Dee Dee Willingham. Inky Well with an I, INKIWELL. Go find me on Instagram. And if you're an artist, a crafter, a photographer, a color booker, if you're any kind of creative, I will follow you back. If you're a single guy looking for love, it ain't happening. Just saying, I'm not going to follow you back. So, yeah, but if you're any kind of a creative, comic book artist, like, Nasser, and there's some of the ones I follow over there. But if you're just there, for social business, then, yeah. But otherwise, if you're there for creatives, I will follow you back. All right, so yeah, I'm liking her, and it goes well with this, doesn't it? Just goes well. Now I don't know what else I want to do on that. I'm just kind of playing a little bit here, kind of rolling it out, Yeah, put your times if you're streamers, or y'all can promote yourselves. It's fine. Hopefully you're not coming here just for that. Hopefully you're coming here to, at least say hi. But you're allowed to. Hi, Gary. Who else? Asa. Let's see. B. I know I'm missing people. Christy. I know I'm missing people coming in. Painty Girl. Painty Girl just hit 500 on her YouTube channel. So go give Painty Girl some love. So yeah, and I might look at some of these that have, like, look at this, like, not, maybe not, I don't know. Let's do a little cut. Let's get the bigger scissors here. And I can round off those petal edges. You don't have to leave things as they are. You can shape anything how you want it. Right? This kind of looks like what do you call it? A Georgia O'Keeffe flower. But no, that might be a little big. But you see what I'm saying? How you can play with your images. See, I like that right there. Look, see how that spine comes up right there and just intersects with the flower? That's a collage artist's dream, is when those kind of things happen. When they match up accidentally, and the more you do collage, the more those kind of things happen. Right. So I'm not sure how far down I want that, but that's kind of cool right there. You like that, Riri? So, I'm going to try to, let's kind of get the fold there so I know where to cut. And then maybe on this edge too. So again, I'm just using the glue stick. I might come to regret that I used the glue stick to start this over my matte medium, but I'm trying to just kind of go through and try to get a few things started, and then we'll go in with some detail and stuff. But this way you can see kind of the process, right? You can kind of see the process. And this again will be all painted in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use a glue stick on here. I have a couple different. I have a little bit of Yoo-Hoo left. This is, I think, my last one. This is why I had to go to Hobby Lobby last week. I stocked up on some. And these things go fast. These little Elmer's tiny thing. I think there's like 8 in a pack. I think I've already gone through 5 of them. They go pretty quick. There's not a whole lot in them, but they're real soft and juicy. So that makes it good for collage. What book are you using? Oh, Jen Creative. This is, let me show you. 100 Seashells by Harold Feinstein, who apparently has other books out like Orchids, Butterflies, and other books too. So, yeah. And I shouldn't be doing this on this page because I can, if I'm not careful, I'm going to get glue on this page too. You really want to have, like, if you have an old phone book or something, then you can like glue on that phone book page and then just flip the page. And then it doesn't matter if it goes on the edges or something, but you got to be kind of careful not to glue your book shut, right? You don't want to glue your book shut. So let's get right up there on the edge there. Okay, didn't get it quite where I wanted it. I will go, when I'm working on these, I will go over them with matte medium when I start doing painting and stuff, because part of the thing about matte medium is that gives you a surface to do like color pencil and other things. So you really do want the matte medium. This is good for a temporary, like, let's just get some stuff down for a minute, and hopefully it won't buckle back up when I when I start some of these big pieces buckle up when I start matte medium them down, because I usually use matte medium on all of it, but that takes time to dry in between. And I wanted to take a minute to just, start laying some stuff down. Okay, so there is, Picola put a list of some of the live streamers on Jeannie's list, but be aware, not everybody is on that list. Not everybody is on that list. There's a lot of streamers not on the list. So, but that's a start. If you're new to watching lives, if you want to find a lot of the fibs, friends in the box, then there's a start for you. And also the other thing to be aware of, when someone's kind enough to make a list to try to help you find streamers, if a streamer changes their time or quits streaming, Don't get mad at the person that made the list. Okay. They're trying to be helpful, but they sometimes can't keep up with everybody either. So don't get upset if somebody, changes their time and the person making the list didn't catch it. All right. So, oh, thank you, Gary. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for the thumbs up. Okay. So let's keep going. This is one that I glued down. I tore out and glued down. You can see it's got a little bit of a wrinkle right there. Let's see. So I don't know. Let's just take, maybe let's just find a bird, because you can always just put a bird on it. Kind of like this one. So I'm just kind of playing around right now, guys. I'm not really planning out the pages of what I want to do on each page or anything. I'm just getting some inspiration going and a start. And you can do that. You don't have to start. You don't have to go in and say, oh, I've got to do this page. Now, some people do that because it bothers them that they don't have a completed page. But you don't have to do that. You can go through your book and just, glue some things here and there and come back to something that inspires you, right? So, don't stress yourself out over it. Have some fun. Have some fun with your pages. Like we have tons that we've done in the abandoned books. And so I said, well, I'm going to do something a little more brighter, and not that we're not going to throw some stars on these, but I have a lot of hidden meanings and a lot of things that mean a lot of stuff to me in my abandoned books. A lot of stories and world building, and a lot of sci-fi kind of thing. And I said, well, let's do something a little more lighthearted, a little bit more florally and gardeny, and so that's why I picked this book. Yeah, you don't have to make them complete. Make them if you think of it as like a journey to the destination instead of having everything having to be a finished page, you'll relax more. You'll have more fun. You won't stress out, especially, we're live streaming here. I'm just making this up as we go. I'm making these pages up as we go. They're not planned out, which that does bother some people. You don't have your supplies ready. Why didn't you pick all your pages? Because that's not the way I roll. It's just not the way I roll. Nothing wrong with it if that's the way you do roll. I'm just saying that's not the way I roll. I like it to be more on the fly. Or on the hummingbird, whichever. Maybe we could put a little hat on him, or maybe let's see. Let's see, kind of move things around. Let's prop this up again. And I'll need this to be up just a little bit more. Let's get another book. I do have my light diffuser on, but because it's so dreary outside, the lights are extra reflective today here. So they're extra reflective. But, just kind of move them around and see what you like. All right, let's see. If you want to laugh or if I watch Popo, yeah, they're funny too. I don't usually sit there for 5 hours. And I don't expect anyone to sit here on my show for 3 or 4. We all just kind of go around and support each other, be where we can, find projects that we're interested in, and make our way around, make our way around. So I'm kind of liking that. He kind of looks good on that shell there. So I'm going to kind of use the shells as like a base for flowers, birds. Like I said, I want some little skateboarders coming around on that. Now, I don't know that I have any, but that would be kind of cute here. That one looks like taking a bite. So this looks like a mouth. Let's see who else. Judy. Who else am I missing here? So I'm just kind of going around, seeing what I might like. I kind of like that. But it almost gets lost in there. I'd have to really paint that out. But any kind of shell like this, this might work for this girl here. That looks good. See, what do y'all think? I think that might work. That looks good, doesn't it? Do we have another batch of trolls? Yeah. Let's see. Try to keep up with chat. So I might want her there. But I have to color her, For now, I think I'm not going to even glue stick her down. All I'm going to do is just do a little, just to tack her down right there, just so I know that I want her on that page, just so she doesn't fall out of the book, right? So I think she needs to go there. Let's see. Let's go back to our bird. He might just be a little big for some of these. And again, we're going to paint things in and add other elements. I'm just kind of playing around right now for a minute. And this doesn't have to be there either. I can get rid of this. Maybe I will. I'll just cut it out. And then if I decide I still want it, I can always put it back on. He could be hanging on to something else. So did everybody put their Instagram in there? Because I'll go back and find you guys. I will find you and follow you. That's cute. Looks like he has little feet, little tiny. Looks like he has little. We need some little shoes. We need to put some little shoes on him. That would be cute. We'll have to see. I don't know if there's any shoes in this book. In our sticker book. Or I could find some shoes. Look, there's little hands. I could find some shoes in the fashion magazine. But that would be cute. Have some little shoes on the bird. Yeah, Ronald McDonald shoes, that kind of thing. Yeah. Or just little high heels. Some little tiny high heels. Oh my gosh. And then pointing at them. I'm just going through and you thinking of, use your imagination while you're flipping through. Think of different things you could do. Boots, Eileen, boots. Like kicking boots, troll kicking boots. I've already done a flip through this book last week, but I am using it. I did use some of the shells out of it and a little bug, so I started using it in this shell book here. That little bird needs some dignity. There's some little stockings. They're going the wrong way though. Let's see. I want some, but those might make the legs really long. We could maybe use those stockings, and then if we just put the shoes on them the other way. So you just gotta have fun and play. Let's see, what else? I don't even know if there's any shoes in here. Yeah, I don't remember if there's shoes in here or not, but then you get another peek at this sticker book. Janet, have you used your sticker book yet? I bet Kathy, has Colleen pulled one sticker out of her book yet? Kathy and Colleen. Colleen is Scrap Chick and Kathy is Kathy Berg, and they both stream at 10 on Tuesday and 10 on Friday. And they stream together on StreamYard. So I'm just wondering, has Colleen pulled out the first sticker out of this, Kathy? Janet goes, I haven't. Let's see. I might have to go into, look, I used a couple of the stickers here for the watch hands. I'm going to use mine. Molly says she's used hers. Good for you, Molly. Good for you. Molly, are you on Instagram? Do you post your collages or any of your work on Instagram? I don't remember. I mean, I might follow half of you guys and I see you, but I don't remember who I follow because there's so many. There's so many of you. Let's see. Keep the real estate sales down to a minimum, Dorothy. We're not going to auction off your property here today. You're not on the Instagram, Molly? Kathy says, I've used mine, not sure about choline. Well, good for you. There's another one I use. Good for you, Kathy. I see, because y'all stream together, I think maybe you might have done it together on the show. I'm not seeing any shoes, though. I'm not seeing any shoes, but I am liking these little, oh, look. A shoe horse crab. Is that what they're called? A shoe horse crab? That might be good. Shoe horse crabs. Isn't that what they're called, guys? Somebody correct me because I don't want to put a shoe horse crab if that's not a shoe horse crab. Is that what those are? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the shoe horse crabs if I don't find any. They are Mama 4. Okay, we're gonna go with these if I can't find any shoes. We're gonna go with shoe horse crab feet. Thanks, Eileen. Oh, Eileen, yeah, down in Florida, she would know. All right, I'm still looking for some shoes. There's a lot. There's 1,000 stickers in here, so I'm just thinking that might be kind of cute. And also, sometimes, like in my abandoned book, I'll start by getting rid of the borders. I'll paint out the borders. But I've also told you don't have to do that first. You can do your collaging first and then go back and paint things in. Sometimes it's easier to have the backgrounds painted before you lay things down because then you don't have to worry about fussy painting around things. Like if this was all blue, I wouldn't have to worry about painting around his little head, right? But you can do it either way. It just kind of depends. A horseshoe crab. Okay, did I say shoe horse? Horseshoe crab, yeah. So you can do either way. It just depends on how much work you want. Looky here. Oh, they're a little big. That's a little. Oh, here's 2 little ones. One's going one way and one's going the other. I guess it could have that going on. Okay, let's go ahead and glue the bird down. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and glue him down. Again, I'm trying to be kind of careful not to get it all over the book because then we'll be sticking our book shut, and I don't want to do that. So, and I normally use my matte medium when I'm doing all this, but I'm usually doing a full-on page too. I'm not doing a whole bunch of, individual little items like I'm doing now and then going to go back. So, yeah, and I'm just going to hope that they don't bubble up too much when I do this. Let's see. Let's kind of put it right about there. All right, so there's my card here. And again, I'm going to paint around. So if you don't want to have to paint around things, then you want to lay your paint down first. And that's usually what I do in my abandoned books. That poor bird. So let's make sure I got his little legs down here. But because it's a nice black background right there, or I could just put the shoes laying down here like maybe, let's see. Now, and the stickers do have a thing around them, so I want to cut that off, right? So I'm going to do that. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to stick to, yeah, okay, it's on the wax paper. So I'm going to fussy cut the little border off the sticker. Dee Dee, how do you know if the little Hummer is a lady? Well, you don't. You don't know. But, you can make it anything you want. You can make it anything you want. It's your world. It's your happy little world. Who was the guy that taught Bob Ross? William Alexander? William Alexander, I think, was Bob Ross's mentor. And the happy little world. I think he was Dutch or German, and he had a heavy accent. Y'all, anybody else remember William Alexander? The happy little clouds and the happy little trees. Everything was happy. Let's see. I think now I do want to kind of put that. Well, I'll just have to paint that. Let's just go ahead and make a little foot place there. Like his foot, his or her foot is in there. So yeah. So I'm thinking, I could use these two shoes and then some of these big ones here and kind of put them in the foreground, like, trying on shoes. Let's see. So just find you a book. Like I said, I love my abandoned books. I just like abandoned places books. But if you don't like abandoned places, get you a shell book, an orchid book, a butterfly book, or any kind of book. And you might, they're on clearance a lot of times, or like Riri finds them on Etsy. But they have a lot of them clearance down in bookstores and stuff. And you can sorry, it's making me giggle. And find a book of something you like. Because if you don't like the book, if you don't like abandoned places, if you don't like shells, you're not going to finish a book, right? You're not going to finish a book. At the end, if we have time, closer to when we're done, I'll do a couple of flips through my abandoned books again. Most of y'all have seen them, but I'll throw it on there at the end of the show just so you can see some that are finished pages. We'll see how far we get. I'm more about the play, and the laying out and the ideas today rather than worrying about finishing, a bunch of pages. I might paint a couple of backgrounds just so you can see, how to do that. And I just use acrylic craft paint, Americana, because it's a matte paint. It's a craft paint, matte craft paint, and you can do color pencil over it, which I like. I like to be able to color pencil details on my pieces. And if you use an artist grade type paint, it can be shiny. Oh, I kind of tore that right there. Well, I'll just reshape that shoe. It can be shiny, and then your color pencil won't stick to it. And plus, I use matte medium too. So, okay. So, let's see. I just want it kind of tumbling down here like this, like this. I thought maybe I'd put 2 or 3. And again, you could paint this first. Paint this first so you don't have to paint around these shoes. But, I'm just rolling with it. And I'll paint around them. I don't mind painting around, but it is more time consuming. The bird needs pearls around the neck. Okay. I was going to put a little well, I'd need some boots down here if I was going to make it a mod. We'll see. We'll see what I come across. I'm just kind of going through my collage fodder and just pulling what things I like. So how many of you do have a book you're altering? And if you do one, do you do an abandoned book? Do you have, a random book of just objects? Do you have a flower book, a garden book, a fashion book? What do you use for your altered book? Okay, there's one more here. Painty Girl uses abandoned. And maybe you don't do, reverse collage in a book. I have one. I should pull it off the shelf. I think it was the first book that I used as a whole book on stream about, I don't know, Julie might remember, 8 or 9 years ago on Ustream. It's a travel book. And that was the first one I started as a whole, doing a whole book of reverse collage. I've done other reverse collage, but not as a whole book. I got my fan blowing right in my face. I need to turn it sideways. Drying out my eyes. Let's see. Kathy says, oh yeah, Kathy and some of the girls were doing the America book. I don't have that one, but it's like photographs all over America. Let me turn this fan. And Colleen and Kathy and some of the other girls have been working in that. The America book and some abandoned books, Kathy says. Devin says, I started practicing in a magazine first, that like Dee Dee showed. Yeah. And we did do a lot of magazine journals. Most of those weren't reverse. Well, they're reverse collage, but they weren't a lot of things on top. They were more just getting rid of the background, but we weren't putting a lot of stuff on top because we're using them as journals rather than world building. But yeah, you can use magazines, but magazines are a little tricky. They are a little tricky, and I don't glue any pages together. So it's kind of like, let's see, let me just kind of look where I want this. Do I want it up here? Do I want it falling down right there? I think right there. I wouldn't mind one more like upside down. If I come across another one, or maybe I should just put a horseshoe crab in there too, just to be funny. Maybe let me keep going here just to make sure there's no more shoes. If there's any more shoes, I'll go ahead and get those too. I'm gonna grab all the shoes. Let's see, that little sticker bit there. I love this. All these diagram type things. If you have any questions or comments, put them in caps. Yeah, we'll have to think of something to put around their neck. Some little flowers or something. I like all these little shells and octopus and little, whales and they're just cool stickers in here that we really like. All right, now the rest is alphabets throughout the rest. So let's go back over here to the horseshoe crab, or as I call it, the shoe horse crab. Hi, Curly. Oh. All right, so let's see. I think this one, because it's bright, this one stands out. So let's see if I can trim this one down a little. Don't want to lose its little feelers there. Okay. Let's trim off some of the border. Where's the sticker book from? You can get it on Amazon or Target. I think somebody even said Walmart. I got mine at Target and it was 30% off. But I also have one ordered from Amazon. I think it was Picola. Picola said she found it at Target. So I went over to Target and my Target had it. So, but I do have another book. I'm not saying what it is to use for in our processes. And Colleen enabled me. I'm gonna have to go make some hot coffee, I think. My coffee here is ice cold. Let's see. All right, let's finish trimming this out. I don't mind fussy cutting sometimes. I don't like to do it for everything. For me, I like just to tear things out and then paint them in. And if you tear things and paint them in, they're going to blend in better. They're going to blend in better because you're painting them into the piece rather than just laying them on and then trying to paint around. So there's benefits of both. You just got to kind of test it. All right, let's see here. Let's get right in here a little bit. So, Janet, what are you doing today? You and Eileen. What are y'all going to do today on your show? Isn't that cute, guys? We can put some water things in there. Maybe I will paint this one in. Put some water, what do you call it? Swirls of water. I don't know what it's called. When the ocean has foamy bits. I'm not sure maybe it's just called foamy bits. You don't know yet? When the ocean has those foamy bits, maybe we'll do that. So let's go ahead and just paint this in and we'll see. I might go ahead and do some, there's a sticker bit right there. I might go ahead and do some space up in the sky here and kind of blend that in, this blue into that. Well, you know what? Before I do this, I did want to also show how to take some of, where is that? I have some of this, some of these Tiffany stained glass window and lamps or whatever, Tiffany glass bits that I think would look good as like ocean. I pulled these because of the colors, right? And I also pulled a couple of paints because of their oceany colors. So maybe we could do some of that here as well. Let's see. Let's look. I just kind of want the color more than anything. Like, let's take some of this up from here. I don't know if I have much yellow. I'm not sure I like the yellow. I might want to just go with this green. And just kind of put some of this down and paint that in. Because this will be the water background. Let me zoom in a little. Maybe that'll help with the lighting too. There we go. Oh, that might be too close. And then I'll paint this in. And these will just be like the background, the watery background bits. Might be too green though. I'm thinking it's too green. I need more blue. Let's go over here. Some of these bluer bits. I mean, the water can have some green in it, but I don't really want too much green. I know this looks like random little things now, but yeah. I want to put this in and I want to paint swirls in my head. This is what's in my head. Will it work? I don't know. We'll see. Will it work? Oh, let's see. All right, let's see. And again, I'm going to try to do it with the glue stick, and then I'm going to paint in matte medium. So, but I am putting a hefty amount of glue, and I am also mashing down with the card. Imelda, I don't know what the Dummingbird's name is. I still want to figure out what do we want, I don't know if I want to individually cut out pearls. I could, all I have to do is cut some circles out of some you know, white paper or something. You know, it doesn't even have to be white. It could be, it doesn't have to be real, a pearl picture is what I'm saying. We can make our own pearls. All right, let me glue all these down. I'll mash them. So just trying to show some different techniques so you can try different things. All right. Because this is all going to get like blended in with paint and stuff. All right, let's see. Let's glue these down over here. If y'all have anything you want to ask me or comment, put it in caps. Could you make the pearls planets? I'm going to have planets probably up in here because I'm going to have space up in there. They can't be too big around her neck. And she doesn't even have to have any. It was just somebody mentioned pearls. All right, so let's see. The bird collects weird stuff. All right. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Anybody that I missed coming in? Thanks everybody for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for everybody that's here. We're just gonna kind of chilling today. Am I close there? All right, so let's see. Let me move some of this green, what will be green water later. What else do I might want to? You can see like this rose. I mean, this could be pearls. You know, it might just get a little lost though. I think I might be zoomed in one too close. Let's back out one. There we go. I think I'm just gonna pass on the pearls. Maybe put some other flower or something around her neck. We can do that later. Doesn't have to be right now. All right, so I got this propped up on a couple of books to keep the glare down a little. All right, so let's see. Should we go ahead and start painting in so people don't get bored? We don't want anybody getting bored. Not, and everybody says I don't, so you know. Okay. I did make some list of things to add that I usually don't add. I'm trying to make it a little different for you guys. And again, I'll show you some of my abandoned book finished pieces after we get done playing in this book. Well, see, this is another one with a wing. See, this is another one where we can add a person or something there, and then that's their wing. Lots of opportunities and things to do. Now, I'm not sure if I want something else over here, though. Do I want something else on this shell? Because that's kind of, I'm going to blend these together. But do I want something else over here? Or do I just want this part of the water? Let's go ahead and paint and we'll see. All right, so I'm going to start with some paints. I think I thought about the green, but now I'm kind of changing my mind on the green. I think I'm going to go with a couple shades of blue. So here is like desert turquoise. And I also want to read some of the, where's my, what do you call it? Needed eraser, got stuck. 1001 Ways to Be Creative. I do want to read out of this today. I don't want to forget. Okay, so there's some of that color. And then another, let's see, just a trim blue. A couple different blues. 2 or 3. Let's do 2 or 3 blues. There's that one, and maybe one darker one. Just an ultramarine. That might be 2 blue. Let's see. maybe a little. No, come on in this one. Let's see the. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with a couple, like 2 or 3 shades of blue. Yes, flotsam and jetsam. All right, so there's some different blues. I might need more, but that's good for now. Some white, which I'll put over here, and we'll probably have some stars after we get done with using some of the white. And let's see, some black. All right. There's our start. Some black, white, 2 or 3 blues. Let's get a brush. Let me get the brush damp so I can get to the water. I think I'm going to move my big tray off the desk here. So a little more space. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start with, there'll be some stars and space up at the top. Thank you, Flo. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to start with the up here. So again, I'm just going to get rid of some of the white where I know this is going to be black up in here. I'm going to go over the black here too, so it'll all blend nice. And, if you might need 2 coats depending on how much coverage it needs, which doesn't bother me. And you will see a shine for a minute. So, this is kind of really relaxing to me. Do this. Sometimes I do a finger painting. Sometimes I'll paint it with finger painting. But do make sure you have some wax paper behind your pages. Otherwise, you're going to glue your pages together. Okay. All right, so while this is wet, remember there's no matte medium on any of this right now. So you can't go over a lot of things and then wipe it back unless you get it right when you do it, because it won't wipe away without the matte medium. All right, so I'm not going to go right up. I'm going to fussy paint around that beak in a minute. But while this is wet, right in here, I want to get some blue in there. Okay, so I'm going to get some blue in there because I want all this to blend. And you can do it with your fingers, you can do it with the brush or both. And then as it sets up, as it starts to set up, you can do more. Okay, so I want it kind of wavy like. There we go, like that. I'm going to put a little more black down in here. Okay, so now around, let's see how far I want this to go down. All right, let's pick up some more blue. All right, so now over here, I'm going to want to blend this into this. I'm going to get out my matte medium after this layer. So now I'm going to put in all the blues, all right? So I'm going around those little pieces. Can y'all see that? I'm going around these little bits of torn blue pieces. And I just kind of want churning water. I'm just getting the different blues. See, there's this one piece right there that does not want to glue down. Let's see if I can just cut some of that off. It's like a little wrinkled bit. It doesn't want to stay down. I have to wait for the matte medium on that. So this is all going to be churning water. I'm just picking up all the different blues. I'm not looking at chat for a minute because I got to kind of do this while it's wet. I'll still with the tour. Just kind of use my finger to kind of feather it in where I want it to blend. No, I don't want to get off camera. Let's go this way. Different blues. Maybe a little darker one down here. So I hope everybody's working on something. I got too much black in my brush, so I'm going to pull some of that off. I'm going to dry this and then throw in some matte medium and dry it again. And then I'm going to put in a lot of swirls. I'll look up a picture of some beach foam or something to kind of get an idea of where I'm going with it. Need a shadow probably around these shoes too once I get them painted in. Because I don't want them to get lost in the waves. Okay, something like that. Maybe a little more up in here. Okay. All right. Now I'm just kind of pull the wax paper away from the book so I don't glue that to the book. So you can kind of see where we're going. All right. Now I'm going to let me throw this in water. Oh, let me wipe off the excess. Throw this in water for a minute while I get a little smaller brush here. We'll build us a nice little wavy, happy little world. All right, now I'm going to go back up here with the black around the bird here. All right, let's see what everybody's talking about. Anything going on? There's Colleen. Colleen, I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were lurking or not, but you enabled me on another book. I think I'll be here Friday. I'm not going to tell you which one. But you enabled me again, girl. So I got another book coming on Friday. Now I don't want to lose that beak. I'll have to go in there with pencil and make sure I don't lose that beak there. This one is the shell book that I'm working that Riri sent me, Colleen, in case you missed it. Hi, Ian. And Ian did some projects over the weekend, or a project anyway. You want a cowboy hat on him? I have to dig around. I don't know if there was a cowboy hat in that book. In the sticker book, Colleen, I'm using the sticker book for this. I don't remember seeing a cowboy hat in there. But I don't really want it going off the page either, Put a cowboy hat. I could paint one in, but it'd be a little big. Yeah, you enabled me again. I know. All right, let's dry this, guys, so I'm not throwing my sleeve through it as well. All right, so here we go. I keep getting off camera because I'm really zoomed in for such a big book. No, I didn't show it, Colleen. It's not here yet. I think it'll be here Friday, so it won't be till next week that I do something with it. Yeah, Devin. A sea of shoes and a flood of footwear. I'm going to do swirls around everything. Okay, real quick, I want to get in that crack right there. Let me get another brush here. I want to make sure I get the black, my outer space nice and finished here. I mean, I'm going to throw some planets and stars and everything else up there too, but all right. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, Colleen, you didn't see it, but I pulled out, and I haven't really even used it yet. I really want to go through and find some more stuff. Like this lighthouse might be good. The lighthouse and kind of in the background might be good from Catherine Anderson's stuff. Let's just kind of tear. I'm tearing the wrong way to make it not white. But let's see here. Paint it in anyway, but maybe the lighthouse. Don't get too busy. Might get too busy. I mean, I'd paint it in, but it still looks like I don't think it's necessary, although I like 3 elements, and we only got really 2. But I'm not sure. I don't know that we need it. Okay, we'll set that aside. All right, now I want to go ahead and matte medium on here. Shoes in space. Ian, yeah. Shoes in space. Well, this is going to be water down here. The space is only going to be up there. And I'll probably paint a little bit more water around these her shoes. We're just seeing where it goes. We're just seeing where it goes here. All right, so let's see. Let me matte medium. Let me get my golden matte medium here. Let me pour a little in another something. And when you open your matte medium, make sure you put a piece of plastic over the lid so you don't accidentally glue your lid shut. You'll never get it off. Ask me how I know. Okay, that's probably plenty. Take, a baby wipe or something, clean off the lid. This one I did keep the little thing on there, but you still, you put some plastic, a baggie or something over it so you don't glue it shut. All right, let's see. Am I too zoomed in? Am I still focused? I don't know. This isn't looking very focused. Let's back out. Let's refocus here. Let's refocus. There we go. I'm not paying attention. I need to pay attention to what we're doing. All right, it might be too light. Let's knock the light back just a little. There we go. A lot more thumbs. Oh, thanks, Janet. Everybody, Janet's going. There should be a lot more thumbs up for 250 people. Thanks, Janet. Okay, now I keep my glue brushes in water. They're the only brushes I keep in water. And I do switch out the water every now and then, so you don't have old water that they're sitting in. But these brushes are only used for gluing. Now, that's kind of a small one. I should get a bigger one, but all right, we'll go for it. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put some matte medium over the whole thing. And it dries matte. Now, what I do is a little bit of paint there that wasn't dry. What I do is I'm going to do one page at a time. After a page is completely finished and you know you're completely done, you're not going to add anything else, then you can gloss varnish it. All right, so now I'm going to take I'm just going to smooth out and smash everything down. Oop, I don't want to scrape off the paint. Let's see, that's got to be careful of that too. You can put, let's smooth that out. I kind of scraped into it too. I dug into it. You can put gloss. See right there. That's what I did right there. I smeared. The paint wasn't completely dry. Let's put some more paint right there. The paint wasn't completely dry. Got to make sure that's done. Because, normally I do this the opposite way. I put the paint down first. I mean the matte medium, glue everything down first, then put the paint. So we're doing it kind of both today. Let's get a little bit more black up here. I want the space to come down a little farther. There we go. All right, so now I can always go back. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side, and then I'm going to dry it. And then we can do more stuff without it moving. Okay. Got to make sure it's dry though, the paint, so you don't move the paint when you do this part. Alrighty, there we go. Set that over there. I think I'm just going to smooth it out with my finger so I don't dig into it with the card. Alrighty, there we go. It's really shiny on you now. All right, let's dry this. I have to readjust my light. The bane of a streamer or video maker, lighting. It's going to take a minute. Here, let me go ahead and move the wax paper now. Yeah, Janet's got her, what do you call it, scavenger hunt project. You have to have your scavenger hunt photo into Janet by, what you say, 7 days. If you want to be entered into the drawing. that she's got for the scavenger hunt. Okay, I'll let that kind of settle for just a minute. I'm gonna have to go get me something else to drink. My coffee, I think, but because this coffee's cold. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I need something else for my stars because I gotta water that down. So let's get another little thing here for some watered down white paint because I don't want to water this down because I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. I might put a little water in there, but I'm going to use that to make swirls along with color pencil. So I'm going to put some for my stars in another little bucket of stars. And let's get a soft brush. Where's my little Japanese? Here we go. This one is the best one for just something. You want something real soft. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my stars up here. Let me move the iPad. Although I'm going to look up a picture here in a minute. Okay. All right, so let's tap off the excess. I'll probably have some splashes down in the water as well, but I want to do the swirls first. All right, so now that this is covered with matte medium, any place that I get stars or anything else, any other paint that I don't want, I can wipe it away because it's coated with matte medium. So let me put this in the water. Let me get a baby wipe. Let me get a clean one. Like, for instance, on the bird here, so I can wipe away any stars that I got on there. Or if I got too many on the shell here, or on any on the shoes, anything. I don't really want anything down here yet till I get done swirling this. Okay, so we got that started. Things flow. All right, let's dry this now. And keep your heat gun moving because these pages, these glossy pages can melt. Okay, it's going to take a few more minutes for those stars to really dry. So let's see if I can get my lighting back. Yes, it doesn't look too bad. Might be a little on the bright side there. There we go. All right. There's this awesome. Oh, thank you, Joe. Tell her thank you. Tell her we said thank you. Hi, Sylvia. Holly D. I know I'm missing people. Let me check my chat here. I know I'm missing people. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right, so now what I want to do down here, let's see if it's dry enough. Let me, we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to get a liner brush. Let's see, play with something different. Let's get a liner brush. Okay, liner brush. Get it wet. And then I'm going to go over here in my non-watered down paint. Here's my watered down for the stars and my non-watered down. Now what I do, let me find a picture. Hang on. Let me look for a picture real quick of some foamy bits. Some foamy water. And let's just do, not trying to necessarily copy it exactly, but just some swirly foamy bits. So I'll start with some, what I usually do when I use a liner brush is I kind of do this so I can swirl it into my hand. I mean, not for my hand, but just get the brush just right. You can see it and feel it when it's just the right amount of paint. And what I want to do is I'm going to want to kind of do these like swirly bits. So you just kind of do, and this can take some time. But I want to swirl the waves and water around. Get it nice and thin. And I'll go back in here with some thicker bits too. I'll show you in a minute. But let's just get some direction going first. Especially around all these little parts that we added. Hi, Holly D. Bye, Jilly. Anybody else coming or going? Thanks, everybody, for being here. And we'll do some with pencil, too. We'll play with a little of everything here. Just kind of want to get some, like, little bits of flow going. Kind of want some behind him here. Her, him, whichever it is. The bird. We just put a bird on it. Oh. Very chill. Sit here and very chill, right? You paint, it looks like the moon. Kind of does, doesn't it? It just flows with the liner brush. Right. I know I'm very quiet when I'm doing this, kind of holding my breath. I fell down the rabbit hole. Well, I did cut out a rabbit to put on our front page. I do have a rabbit to glue down. And I wasn't really planning on getting this in depth with this today. kind of like finishing a page. I was mostly wanting to do some page starters. So we might do some more page starters after this. I won't take all day on it. I won't take all day on this. Let's try to kind of connect some of these swirls in here in the crack. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Flo. All right, so let's see. Let's do a little more down in here. Kind of like that. Let's see what else. Kind of want a little bit more around this shoe here. Maybe have a couple swirls actually over the shoes. Don't want to lose. I'm gonna have to shade in so you'll see them. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose those. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose our shoes. But I kind of want these swirls around the shoes more than on the shoe. But we'll put a couple like over the heel there. Like that maybe. Not like all shows are going anywhere. That's true. But I have till 1. Janet streams at 1. So, all right. I try to kind of get done by the time Hubster gets home for lunch. So, but it doesn't always happen. All right. So let me clean out that. I don't want to leave any paints sitting on my liner brush because that'll ruin it real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and take a minute and dry this. Right, now I want a smaller kind. I think one of the ones I have over here. Let's see. This one might work. A little kind of a little flat, little scruffy one to do. Hi, Lady Jen. Anybody else coming in? All right, so now I'm going to take my white paint, not the watered down paint, but the, I'll do a little dry brushing here. All right, so let's see. I got to kind of think and kind of concentrate a little bit. I don't want much paint, very little paint on the brush because I want to dry brush. And again, I could do some of this. That's even too much. Just the minimum amount of paint because I want to kind of scruffy it in. I could do some of this with, what do you call it, a white pencil as well. But I want to see how much I can kind of scruffy this in. So it's dry brushing, so very very little paint. That's too much even. And then I'll go back in and do some shadowing. I'm just kind of trying to find all the swirly bits right now. And I can always add more lines with Posca, more wave lines or whatever. But I have to have some thicker ones too. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now. Putting some of the foamy bits in there. And then we'll go from there, maybe with some Posca. Hi, anybody coming in? And you want to keep a bright highlight on parts of it too, so you don't lose the brightness to it. But there are some I'm almost like you're looking down on it, then from the side, you're kind of looking down on this. In my head. That's what I'm kind of doing. it very dry. And then I'll do some more swirly bits, like I said, with the Posca and with color pencil. And I do kind of want to go at it a little fast so that we don't sit here all day, but at the same time, I can't go too fast or it won't turn out. Okay, but you gotta have this base on here before you get the details. What's wrong with Heather? Oh, your YouTube's not been working? I'm sorry, Heather. You're here now. It's a little, I'm not sure, a little softer. Trying to keep it kind of soft at this point. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make lots more little wavy bits. Yeah, lots of sea foam. Yeah, lots of sea foam. That's what I'm trying to go for here. Lots of sea foam. We usually do a lot of outer space, which I'm still got to do my space up here. And that, yeah, it does look like a moon sitting there. We'll have to put a planet up there. We usually do a lot in space, so thought I'd do a little extra in the water today. I might have a little bit of, let's see, how could I do this? How do I want to do this? Let's see here. Put some thin lines, probably with the Posca. It might be too many. Well, that's where all the bends in the. That's where the bends in the shell are. So, let's see. Hi, Lucia. I love how it comes together from the. Oh, thank you, Gaga. We're getting there. I'm gonna get back in here in the waves. What is it, baby girl? Are you talking to me? You are. What is it? What is it? I'll do a little section here for you in a second so you can see where we're heading. Kind of, sort of. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dale. Anybody else coming in? There's a lot going on, but I wanted it to have a lot of swirl action going on. But then I'm gonna put more detail even after this. So I just want to get all this kind of dry brushed in a little bit here. I'm going to put some shadows, and I'm going to put some little veining, if you will. Make sure and go off the edge here. Same thing for over here, a little bit more over on this side. So hope everybody's staying well and healthy and calling your elderly people. Oh, thanks, Jan. All right, so now what I want to do is let's go ahead and dry this. And now I'm going to get my blues over here and same brush, a little piece of sticker there. And I want maybe a little darker here. Let's see. A blue-gray color. Let's see if that's dark enough. Mine a little dark. Let's add a little of that blue too. A little bit. See how gray that is. Might need ultramarine. Let's get a little ultramarine. I think my lid's dried shut there. Let's take the cap off. No, that one's not coming off. Let's do a different one. There we go. Remember, if you don't use all this paint up, you can scrape it into one of your other journals. All right, let's see. Let's go with ultramarine. It's a little brighter. All right, let's see now. Get some of the excess off here. I don't need much. So you can see it just kind of, it's just kind of time consuming here. Around that shoe, right along the edge there. It's just kind of takes time to do. Let's put a little bit more blue kind of up under in here. So that's kind of, she's kind of standing in the water, not in space so much. Don't lose that shoe. I'll go around some of the shoes with some color pencil to get them to stand back out again because they got a little lost in here. They have got a little lost. We lost our shoes. Thank you, Colleen. It's coming along. Oh, by the way, Colleen, did you see we have a horseshoe crab? Don't want to lose our shoe. Yeah. Whoop, a little much on there. All right, let's make this a little less there. Don't lose our little horseshoe crab there. I didn't put any buildings. I could have put some little, buildings in here and, other little things. But I really, like I said, I didn't really intend to go this far with a page. I really wanted to kind of just go from page to page and add some things for you, which I think we're going to go back to doing in a minute. I want to get these waves done though, or these foamy bits here. So after I do this, I'm going to go in here with the Posca and do individual little thin lines. Okay. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of extra shadow here to it. I don't want to get it too, I got that a little too black. Let's put a little bit more blue down in there. Bye, Sylvia. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, see, I could be here all day. I don't want to be here all day doing this. All right, let me dry this. I might just go ahead and, I don't want to say rush ahead, but kind of, sort of. I have to have it really dry now before I hit it with the Posca and some pencil. Okay, let me clean my brush. And let's see, go into my pencils. Hang on, I'm digging over here, as you can hear. That's all I need, I think. Okay. All right, let me sharpen here. Got my little tray here. Let me get another one. One's full. Okay, let me sharpen these pencils real quick. That one's good. That one's good. These need sharpening. Oh, it's not done yet, Colleen. It takes a while to do something like this, especially this much. I should have thought of that before I said, oh, let's take all the time to do that. But hang on. All right. So now what I want to do, let's see, should I start with the Posca? All right, so yeah, let's go ahead. All right, so now what I want to do is, this may be even too, I'm going to try to do it on its side. I want it very thin. I could probably do it better with the paintbrush, but all right. So I'm just kind of dragging it. Then after I do this, I'll take my pencil, and with the pencil I can soften everything. And I've got to go around these shoes. Let me stop for a minute, at least just kind of get a little bit of shading on these shoes, because I'm going to lose my shoes. I'm going to lose the shoes if I don't. Maybe add some of those details back in that got a little lost, you know. Brown, I didn't pull a brown. Okay, and let's go with a little bit of orange on our horseshoe crab. See, I can go over everything with pencil because I've got the matte medium. And maybe a little bit of brown in there. Okay, let's see, need a dark green. Let's go with this green. Maybe I'll add a highlight on there. There we go. Just don't want to lose our little shoes. All right, let's see. I know I'm losing. I know I'm not talking to chat. I like you doing these real time. Oh, wow moment. Oh, thank you, Mary. And hi, by the way. All right, let's see. I'll go back over here and I can add some highlights on the little shoes that he or she is wearing. Let's get a light brown there. Let's see if that's light enough. Nope. Looks like a tan color. There we go. Just so we can still see the shoe. All right. Let's set some of these down. All right. All right, so I almost just want the side. I guess maybe I should do this with pencil. I'm trying to hurry ahead by using the Posca. See, it's getting too thick. I guess I could get out a thinner Posca. Let's try it with pencil. Let's try this with pencil. All right. Might be better. So now I'm going to kind of go and cut across to make those little foamy bits. And then you really need to go back in there and start shading more as well. I don't do this whole thing right now. I'm going to get tired of doing it it's going to take me 30, 45 minutes to do all these little wave bits. I'll do a section. Let's just stick with a section for now. Because it's going to take too long. So after I do this, then I'm going to go back in. Can you see? I hope you can see. Then I'm going to go back in here and individually, like, black is probably telling this is going to be dark. No, I need a dark blue. Sharpening. Where's my sharpener? Could you zoom in a sec? Yeah, I could zoom in a section. Well, no, because I'm going to lose my lighting again. I'll hold it up. Hang on. All right, so I'm not going to be on this for much longer. So I'm just going to start shading around some of the little individual little. I'm going to go around them. See, I'm going to lose my lighting. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between the pencils and the Posca. I just don't want it too thick. It's already getting a little too thick, which that means I'll have to go back and paint it out. See? It's just time, and I don't want to rush this because it's not going to turn out if I rush. Because I have to really think about the way that the waves are moving, and I'm really trying to jump ahead, and I don't want to jump ahead. So, like, for instance, right in here, let me get my other paintbrush. Where'd the paintbrush go? This isn't it. This is the bigger one. So what I need to do is in some places, I've got it oh, hang on. Let's get the smaller brush. Where'd it go? Where'd the small brush go? See, it's just too much now. I need to knock it back on some places. But I want all these swirly bits. I want it all swirling around. But it's going to take me a while to do this right. So, well, it's coming along, but it's just going to take longer than I want to spend. I don't want to spend 2 more hours just doing this. And it could take that long. It could take 2 hours to get every one of these little swirls that I want to do, And I don't want to spend that much time on this on a stream. Nobody wants to see me just do these swirls for 2 hours. Just saying. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, but I can do other things, Mary, besides just watching me do swirls. But anyway, so you can see where we're heading. Let me dry this. And then on certain, let me go back to my thick white paint. And then on certain areas, if that's not enough, we're going to have waves. We're going to have little splashes. Not on all of them, but some. So it's going to just kind of be even more. But you got to do it in stages. And I'm trying to skip ahead, and it's not going to work. I'm trying to skip ahead, so that's why I'm doing these little waves up here at the top. I'll really dry brush these. Okay. So there's going to be that going on. There's going to be little splashes over here where this water, where these are crashing down into here. Bye, Elsa. Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, let's see. This is the kind of thing that I do when I'm just sitting here watching other streamers. You know, if I'm not working on. Oh, I'll kind of show you real quick, guys. I'm only going to show it to you a little bit because I'd say it's about 80% done. But this is my Doctor Who commission I'm working on. All right. All right, so I'm going to stop on that. But I want this to have more water splashing up on it. I mean, like where it's kind of crashing, the waves are kind of crashing around this shell, right? Kind of crashing around this shell. And then there's a little bit of this little kind of drippy bit, you know, splashy bits coming off the shell here. You like who? And then I think I'm going to want some water dripping off his beak. And we'll have some little more swirly bits around the shoes. And then we'll probably have some nice kind of highlights here. And star shine off the beak. Let's see, because I didn't put any watch parts or anything in this, guys. I usually do, you know. And we're going to move on to some other pages and just add some stuff to these other pages. All right, let me clean my brush. All right. Not too thick. Now that's going to be a distraction. So let me get my black pencil. Let's go ahead and get rid of that drip, because that's going to be a distraction. Yes, that's a bird. I think Dee Dee is turning the hummingbird into a line. Well, and I do want a couple other things. I want some kind of a planet or something in here. Probably right in somewhere in here, I think. Some kind of a something going on right in here. And then we'll have a little nebulization going on. Orange in there. Just put a little in here. Maybe a couple bigger. See, I can't resist putting in my space, even though it's going to be mostly about the water. I don't want to get too crazy up here since it's going to be mostly about the water. Now, wait for it, wait for it. I need a pen. You like it? Okay. All right, let's dry that. Sharpen my pencil. I need a Posca. Light back in here. I'll have to go back in with the black. I gotta have that little bit of just a hint. Just a tint, just a little hint. All right, now I can't do any splashing down here yet because I'm not done with the waves, with all my cresting and all that. And I can't really I don't want to spend any more time on it. I don't want to spend any more time on all that right now because I want to put little cresty waves going through and lots of swirly bits all in here. I need to go around the shoes in certain places. But all this is going to be very, very, very swirly, very churny, all churned up. It's going to take some time. See what I mean, Vern? All right, let's look at it. There we go. It's a little flashed out. I don't want to turn the light down too much, though, because then the whole thing gets too dark. But it is a little flashed out. There's more the true color right there. See, the shoes show up a little more when you can see it in the color. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? This needs to have a little more attachment to the... There we go. That's better. Oops, I don't want to scrape the paint off. All right, I'm going to change the channel, change the page, and we're going to go back. So here again, let's start over. This is the book we're working out of, and now it got dark again. And 100 Seashells, Harold Feinstein. Riri sent this to me. I took the cover off. I cut the cover up. I cut a few of the shells out. So that I could put them like this one right here. Oh, now see, it got dark again. So that I could put the any blank pages I could put a shell on. So I cut some out. Let's see here. Let me move some stuff out of the way to dig down to the bottom. So I cut a few out. I'm getting a little bent up. A seahorse. Some of these that look like wings. Okay. So I cut a few out. And then what I did was glue them on glue them on the pages that were a backside page that had a blank page, right? And then I did start on this one. Okay. I started on this one here. I used some of the stickers out of that sticker book for the watch hands and the little bug there. So I don't know where I'm going with all of them yet. Again, I just picked this book out to have something different. Although I did think I wanted my rabbit right here. I think I wanted my rabbit on the back with this shell here. I just liked him. And I just didn't know if I wanted to paint first and then put him on. Because otherwise I've got to paint around him. Right? So I don't know if I want to do that. So I haven't decided if I want to paint around him or just put him down. But I want him on this page. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue stick and just kind of put enough on it to just hold him in place. So he's going to go there. Sorry for the flash out, guys. Let's plop up our books a little more again. There we go. So, let's try to keep the surgery talk to a minimum, guys. I don't mind you saying so-and-so had surgery, but I kind of have to draw the line on details of surgeries. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I try to keep it, that's why we have Facebook. So I don't mind y'all just mentioning some things like that, but let's keep it to a minimum, guys. Okay? Thank you. All right, so let's flip through the book. And you can see I added a little bit of stuff here. I don't mean to be, I don't mean to be sounding, what do you call it? Uncaring. But, I'm going to be honest, guys. Most of us all go to streams to have a break from things. And so, yeah, I like to keep it positive. Thank you, Kathy. Some channels don't care, and you can go over there and talk all the bloodletting you want. I just don't want it on my channel. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. All right, so here's what we've got so far. We did add her because these look like wings there, so we added her. And you can see the beautiful shells in this book. Added a big flower here, and it's going to be like the spine of the flower right there. I just like the way that looked. This is another page torn out. I tore this out of, I cut some pages out of the book because of, like I said, some of the back sides had blank pages, and I didn't want any blank pages. So I filled in with extra shells. And see, I got a little bit of glue up here where we, some of the glue got on the edges. And that, you got to be careful of that because you can glue your pages shut if you're not careful with your paint and matte medium. Here's this girl. I did not glue her down yet because I want to color her and put her here. But you really don't want to color on top of a bumpy surface. Even just the slightest bit of, something from the back side or something can make it hard to color. So I just tacked her down just because I know I want her here. And then color her in, and then we'll end up putting her there. There's the page we worked on today. And again, this looks like a wing, so I'll probably put a person right here. So I love this book. So thank you so much, Riri. This one I cut out tore out of the book and then put down here. I like these where they have some smaller ones. And of course, I love any kind of nautilus shell. There's just so much cool math to that. Let's see. All right, so you can see we have lots of possibilities. And I love these skinny ones like this. There's lots you can do with this. So one of the things I wanted to do, I'll come back to that. One of the things I wanted to do was have a lot of, this looks like a pyramid here, doesn't it? It either looks like a pyramid or the, what do you call it in Australia? The, well, you know, the place in Australia where they have the opera house. I guess it's the opera house. Okay, so what I want to do is go back over here and maybe add some flowers. So I did pull some flowers, like some different florals, so that I thought it would be fun to combine flowers and shells. Let's just pull a couple here. And have it kind of like, see how that works out? So I think I'll cut this down. And again, it doesn't have to be like necessarily all glued in right now, but just tacked down to where I want it. So let's trim this down. And I want it a little bit smaller too, so it kind of fits on the top of that shell. Let's see if that's small enough. Bye, functional light one. Thank you for stopping in. All right, so let's trim this down. See, something like this. It just looks cool, like half flower, half shell. Maybe even a tilt like that. And again, it's going to be painted around. But I'm going to kind of like that. I'm just going to tack it down for now because I can matte medium it down later. But I'm kind of liking the idea of that. And then something maybe falling out here. What do y'all think? How about that? I kind of like that idea. Hi, Dot. Who else? I'm sure I'm missing some people. Hi, CB. Hi, Dark Admiral. Okay, so let me go ahead before we go. I wanted to show y'all some. I know most of y'all probably seen most of the abandoned books, but I kind of wanted to show a couple just so you can kind of see the kind of thing you can do, whether you do it in an abandoned places type book, whether you do it in a shell book, whether you do it in, let's fix the lighting again. Let's fix the lighting. There we go. So it's probably going to fluctuate as I change pages. But you can, and I call it reverse collage because what you're doing is you're blocking out, you're painting out, you're reversing out areas in a book. And then you can add other collage elements on it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some before and afters. I'll just do a few just so you can kind of get the idea. So for instance, so I have a duplicate. So like for instance here. Okay, so this page right here, and I showed some of these last week, I think, or the week before. Oh, and one other thing we got to do. As soon as I show this book, we need to read our 1001 Ways to Be Creative. So it started out like this, and then by reversing it out and adding some other things, you see we turn it into this. So, and I told the story of what I thought about while I was making this one last week. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dark Admiral. Yeah, we do a little everything here. We do collage, we do drawing, we do painting, we do coloring, we do a little bit of everything. All right, so then let's see here. Let's go to, I'm trying to pick out some finished ones. I have lots are still in progress. Okay, so here's this one. Okay, it's like a ghost town. They're all abandoned places, obviously. That's the name of them. And the books are by Curie and Connolly. Okay, so we went from that to this. So I just like to build new worlds with the abandoned places. Okay, let's see what else. I'll just pick a few. Okay, this one. This is one of my favorites. Let's see what page that 50. Let me see if I can get right to it because most of my pages, the numbers are painted over, so it's hard to go back a little further. Hang on. Where's my? Can't be that far ahead. Maybe it is. I thought I had it bookmarked, but apparently not. I'll have this one marked. Well, let me keep flipping because the next one that I had was. Oh, here it is. Okay. And then this is what we turned it into. Okay. So you just paint things out and add things in. So from this to this. Okay, let's see. Okay. That to this. So just make new worlds. It doesn't have to be in abandoned places. Like I said, that I wanted to bring the shell book in to show you it doesn't have to be in abandoned places. It can be shells, it can be flowers, it can be pets. There's some that I added a bunch of cats. One of my abandoned books, I added a bunch of cats to it. So here's from this to this. I'm going to go kind of quick. So I like you to be able to see what's possible. I like you to see what's possible by taking, some other place and turning it into your own world. Hi, Marge. Anybody else I missed? Okay. Show a couple more here. This one was kind of not a lot done to this one. I just added space to the background. This one, the same thing, not a lot added to this. Oh, I did cut out one of the shells for, let's see, where's that one? There's one over here. This one. So I'm going to put a shell on this one. And this one was pretty simple. Oh, wait, I know what I wanted to show you. This one. Okay, so I did this one for a request. Somebody wanted to know how you take 4 pictures that are completely different and make them into one world and how to connect them. So you can connect them with water, mountains. You can connect them with any kind of, nature element, water, rain, mountain, snow. So I took these 4 pictures and turned them into this to make it all one. So added smoke, waves, smoke, more mountains, painted in more mountains back there, some outer space here and here. And then, so those are just ways that you can use something to make them all one world. So from this, and don't be afraid to paint anything out. If there's something there that doesn't work, then just paint it out. Okay. This one's kind of simple. I just kind of added this. I have them tagged so that I can find them fairly easily. This is one of my favorites. And when I first saw, I say this every time, when I first saw this, I just saw this as a bridge connecting a world and space. So that's what I strove for in this one here. And I don't add a lot of people in them, but I added someone in this one so that she's got a feather wand like. So there's my little bridge that connects the two right there. So from that, you just got to not be afraid to try. If it doesn't turn, this one has been varnished. That means it's done. You can't be afraid to at least try things. So like the feather, I wasn't sure if that was going to work. And then it ended up with another little feather here. You just got to try, it's just paint. Okay. So there's this one. Whoops. So we did that. Added some of these little dogs with red eyes or some kind of little coyote type things. This is also one of my favorites. Again, I saw another bridge right here, and these little tipped over umbrellas. These little tipped over umbrellas just look like little metal guys or girls. I just say guys generally. Metal detecting. See how the umbrellas on their sides look like somebody metal detecting? And it looked like a bridge. So I said, well, let's try. And so we made this. And of course, I love my space and nebulas. I got an exploding planet down here and like a new world being built over there. But I still got my little metal detecting guys. Oh, okay. This one. For this. Again, I love doing nebulas. And, I grew up, that was what got me into reading when I was a kid, spy novels and science fiction. And so I just love science fiction. I grew up on it, reading Asimov and Heinlein and, all the oldies but goodies. And so, and, of course, the original Star Trek and stuff like that. So, and then this one I'm still working on. The desk there. So from this, let me put another book back behind me. There we go. So I really like this one. It's not quite done. Thanks, Ian. Let's see. This one. Okay, on this one, and I tell these stories every time I show them, but, I know new people. I get comments and people wanting to see them and, stuff all the time. Okay, what is this person doing across the street? Oh, he's just adjusting something in his truck. I think. Yeah, okay. So anyway, there's this one little guy right here. And it's just a lonely little guy. You like the little guy? I like this one too. So I said, he needs a world to live in. This is too lonely of a world. Now, of course, now, his grandmother probably is over here because they can't get close to each other with the situation, which we're trying to keep positive. So anyway, this one lonely little guy needed a world. So I built him a whole world. He's still right there. I did not get rid of the little guy. There's the little guy right there. Oh, you like the desk one, Admiral? Yeah. So I like that this little guy just would had a flat no world. So I had to build him a world. So he went from this to oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. All right, this is another one of my favorites. I really like this one. So again, added some worlds. Oh, you like the steps too? Yeah, Colleen. All right, let's see this one. To this one. Let's see. This one, and I'm just flipping to the ones I have marked. There's other stuff done, but these are the ones I just have marked. Because they're finished. They're not all varnished yet, but they're finished. Let's see what else. And of course, we do the posters too. So if you don't want to work in a book, you can just start gluing things down on a poster. This one doesn't have much done really yet. I'm still working on this one, but I did have it flagged. And then the last one I think in this book is the train station here. I actually think this was one of the first ones I did in the book. So, but we do our posters and the animals, and we'll add animals in. Let me just I'll show two posters, and then we're going to read the 1001 thing. All right, I pulled three. And this one's an older one. And again, this is Abandoned Places by Kieran Connolly, who every time I do it, he always likes when I alter his books. And I did tear out a page out of Abandoned Castles, because I have Abandoned Castles, Abandoned Places, Abandoned Palaces, Sacred Places, Abandoned, I said castles, Abandoned Civilization, anyway, all kinds of different ones. And Kieran Connolly, I did send him and his publisher an original that I actually cut out of the book and sent to him in the UK. But anyway, this is my Peace Sloth, which I really like my Peace Sloth. And, it's got bits of collage like this little bit here, little headband. Some of the flowers splattered out are part of a collage, and everything else is painted. His little face is painted. I just painted them myself. Same thing for this, my lemur in a box. Hang on, guys, not fitting there. I'm knocking over everything. There's no room on the desk. So the little lemurs, they're painted. And then there's the circus bits are collage. And then we have a star system. And then the last one, this one's even bigger. I'm not going to hardly fit these in. This one's about 30 by 42 or something like that. So again, so you don't have to start with a page that's already got something on it. These all started as blank pages. And sorry, it's flashing out. So, and you can do them big or small. We do art cards. Let's see if I can reach it. Hang on. Oh, let's see if I can get this down. And I do these sometimes and give them away. We haven't done them in a while. Maybe I should do some again soon. But you can do them postcard size. We did them Rolodex size. Here's some, that we did postcard size. Then I've done them tiny, this like inchies. Done them this size. See, tiny. Oh, it wants to dark now. So just create little worlds. Build a world. There's another one here. And I don't have too many because I give them away as fast as I make them. Here's one. Do the books get fluffy? Are they sewn in pages? Yeah, they're sewn in. They do get, well, I should say, yeah, I think all these are sewn. They can get fluffy, but I'm not adding any dimensional things. It's just paper. So I'll show you one here just a second. See, here's another. So I just make little worlds on cards. And like I said, I usually do a show. When I do a show of these, making these, I'll do about 8 at a time, and I give them away. These I've kept for my samples. And then I have other things here in progress, and then postcard size, and just different things here in my tray of cards. But I'll show you the side view of a book. So you can see. It's maybe I should turn it upside down. There you go. You can probably see. See, it gets a little fluffy, but not too bad. Well, I see we got more trolling here. Thank you, Pacola. Yeah. So there you go. See, and you did, they come apart from the spine, but that's sewn. It's not going. They're not coming out. They're not tearing out. So, all right. Let's see. Let's read out of our 1001 Ways to Be Creative before we go. Don't forget that Janet comes on at 1, and Colleen and Kathy come on tomorrow at 10. And on Friday at 10. When your daughter made you get rid of some. Yeah, she wasn't too bad. It was mostly paper stuff, Marge. It was mostly paper stuff. Yeah, that was a fun day. When Denise came over and we cleaned out a bunch of stuff. That was a fun day. Okay, let's brighten this back up. I got to keep adjusting the light every time we put something light or dark. So this is 1001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration, Barbara Ann Kipfer, Kipfer. And I try to read a page a week. So this is where we left off. We're at 65 to 72. So it's just different little ideas and prompts and things to do to be creative. 65. Write about the most expensive thing you ever bought, other than a house or car. 66. Set up an easel on the veranda of a grand hotel and paint. 67. Write a sonnet. 68. Often the best way to learn is to go to a person who does something well and study their work. 69. Build a wigwam. Is that that's a teepee? 70. Plant a garden to experience the joy of creating life with your own 2 hands. And y'all know I do a garden every year, a vegetable garden. I don't know how many other people do, but I hope if y'all do plant a garden this year, you'll post pictures. Post pictures. 71. After your perceptions, Turn an object upside down and stare at it. Wear earplugs or walk mindfully instead at your normal pace. 72. What do you create when there is quiet and solitude? So, and again, I'll move my little Post-it note to the next week and just trying to, some ideas. You don't have to follow them exactly or you don't have to follow them at all. But there's some ideas for prompts if you just want some creativity and can't think of anything. Do you paint all the way into the binding or do you leave space? No, I paint all the way into the binding, Arlene. Yeah, let me grab. Let me find one that's painted. Here we go. And you can see it's got a little bit of a space right there. Now that's paper right there. There's no paint right there. But here's paint. This is all paint right here. Now, when you open and close your book a lot, that's where the paper is, okay? It's a good idea to match it up as close as you can, because if you just go over it, if you put your paper over, or if this is like this right here is part of the book itself with no paint. If you do that, you open and close the book a lot and the paper part will wear. It can wear. But I do paint all the way to the edge. Let's see here. I'm trying to find, here, there's one. So that's painted all the way to the inside. Can you see? But you open and close it so many hundreds of times, you're going to wear stress on the crack. It doesn't bother me, but it can wear. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to head out. Let's still be here for lunch. It's about an hour till Janet, so you can take a break before she comes on. Gives me time to clean up in here. And yeah. So thanks everybody for stopping in. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Here come the babies. What is that, baby girl? You want to come up here? Come on. Come on. You want to come up here? All right, come on. This is Malibu. Oh, you're welcome. So I hope y'all got some inspiration for using a book. I try to do something different with the shell book instead of just the abandoned places. All right. You're welcome, guys. We will see you at Janet's. All right. Take care. Stay healthy, people. All right. Bye.